All right, welcome back. So I filled in all these tiny little holes with Bondo. Let's see if I can zoom out. So I still got to get the scratches and everything, but I want to put the Bondo in first, and then that way I can go with a lighter sandpaper instead of the 60-80 grit, because now I got all the shaping done. So now I could go probably with the 200 and work my way to the 400 and get these down. So I'm just kind of showing you the little spots. And then this one I had to put on a little more thick because I'm gonna have to reshape it a little bit because of that one. If you remember, it was kind of gouged in a little bit there, but easy fix. So all these tiny little spots. This one, you can see that little hole right there. It was deeper than I thought, so I might have to skim it once again. I don't know, after I get done sanding it, I might have to put just one more skim of Bondo on it. So that'll get me all set up there, and so now I can work on the wheel wells and see what I'm gonna do here. And then once I get done with the wheel wells, then I'll move up to the hood and get it completely finished. So I'm sanded and finished and done. It's going to be kind of tight to get sanding down in here. I can already tell you it's not going to be very fun. So yep. All right, so yeah, we're gonna see what we can do with the wheel wells. Okay, so I'm gonna start in this corner and work my way out, so kind of see how that's gonna, I mean, it'll fit better once I clamp it. So that's one thing I'm gonna have to do with this one, as I'm gonna work from here and go, you know, the way towards the front, because the front I'm gonna have to taper down a little bit and do something a little bit different. But so this, because it has a different wheel arch from the other one, it'll work because it has flexibility. But I need to go buy some clamps from Home Depot. So, because I don't have any of those type of clamps, so we'll go buy some clamps real quick and do that first, and then I'm gonna sand down all these areas of this paint, the area of this paint, and then that way when I hear it, you know, it'll stick to it. So this is gonna take a little bit longer than I was thinking. And let's see, here's all my, what was I looking for? Yeah, we'll have to get some clamps. Oh, here it is, right here, right in front of my face. If there's a snake, if there's a snake, it would have bit me twice. That's, yep. All right, so I probably should have enough bond to do one side, so I'll have to go purchase some more. I bought the last tube from the boat place. All right, so here's kind of my test fit. I don't have any of the bonding agent on or anything yet. I'm just kind of sticking it on there to see how I like that. So yeah, that'll work. I'm gonna have to do it section by section. You know, these just cost too much. These were like 18 bucks a piece, and you know, I'd need, let's see, there's 4 there, you know, and I'd probably need another 4 there, another 4 there, you know, so yeah, that's not worth spending that much for, you know, for that. So that'd take probably 16 of these just to do one wheel well. And these come off when I was taking off the wheel well anyway. These snapped, so like you can see this one's my bigger one, and I could cut it in half. And then of course I got the little tiny one, so then the next one can go right up in there, you know. So So we can just do it that way. I think that's the best way to go at this. So yeah, just do little by little. It'll take me like 4 days to do this, but that's all right. While I'm doing this, then I can sand on the hood, you know, whatever. I'll get this little piece bonded tonight. But then other than that, you know, I wasted too much time going to the store and everything. And then just me, a little rant, and the way society's going. I go to Burger King, that's right next to Home Depot. Figure, oh, I'll just pick up a burger while I'm there. I go inside, and they don't, there's nobody at the front anymore. It's all kiosk. Well, and they don't take cash. They'll take cash to the drive-thru, but they won't take cash up front for some reason. I don't like the way this is going. So I refused to buy a burger there because I wasn't going to use the kiosk, and I was going to use cash. So if they're not going to take my cash and they're forcing me to use the kiosk, and they have 2 kiosks and there's like 6 people, you know, 2 people already on the kiosks, and you know, and so there's 4 more waiting for them to get off the kiosk. It's taking longer for them to find their burger on the damn screen and trying to order it that way. And so the one lady, the manager, you know, she's like, oh, you need to order through the kiosk or through the app. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing it. I said, and I got cash. Oh, we don't take cash up front. I'm like, going, are you serious? You cannot be serious. I'm like, okay, then you just lost a customer and I'll never come back here again. She didn't seem to care. You know, Burger King was like one of my favorite kind of, you know, junk food spots to go eat. You know, for fast food. But when they did the same thing with McDonald's here too, same thing. They won't, there's nobody, they walled off the front. I'll have to probably take a video if I remember. But they walled off the front. There's no menu to even look at anymore up, you know, like there used to be a counter and there's a menu up above. No, that's gone. There's just a wall. There's a little walkway, and then there's a little hole there for where they put your food. And I'm like going, what? And they have no one up front to take your order anymore either. You know, because sometimes I don't know what I want. Sometimes I want to change it up. So I want to kind of look at the menu. I don't want to look at a menu on a kiosk. You know. And it's getting kind of worrisome a little bit because, you know, I kind of like the human interaction a little bit. You know, I like to kind of like just say hello and, you know, that type of thing, you know, but they're cutting out, like, I don't know. I don't like the way this world's going at all. I don't know. So I don't know why they're doing that. You know, McDonald's, they said, oh, well, we can't keep anybody, you know, we can't hire anybody and keep them here to, you know, well, you know, to pay them up front. I don't know. So it's just, it's very strange. Very, very strange. Whatever. Anyway, there's my rant. Yeah, let me get this bonded up, and we'll get that little section done for the night. Okay, so I'm gonna wet sand a little bit with 200 grit. Actually, it's 220. I like to put a little dish soap in there. You just need a little bit, you know, and then you just start sanding, and this way, you know, it doesn't build up on your sandpaper as bad, and you get that nice little smooth, you know, back and forth. See how it doesn't build up as bad? I mean, it's still building up, but not as crazy. And so we're going to try and get all those big scratches out now. I don't know if you can see them. But, so that's what we're going to do with all these spots I've already primed. So I'm going to do that. And then once I get all these big parts out again, then I reprimer it one more time. And I got a different primer. That's a sealant primer. So yeah, so we're gonna wet sand for the rest of the night. All right, so I gave it a good sanding. It's all nice and feathered in, and that's down to 220. I need to hit it one more time because I can still see I can see it on the camera, but I can't see it with my eyes because it's just too dark. So I'll have to come back tomorrow and do one more wet sand to see where I can see to see if I can get these little buggers. I just can't. Like I said, I can't see it on my with my eyes, but I can see it on the camera. Kind of funny. All right, I'm gonna leave off there. We are very, very close to getting that done. So all the major imperfections are gone. You know, besides all the tiny, like, see, tiny little sanding. So I just gotta hit it with 220 again, and then go over it with 400. So, but if I can't see, I can't see. So I'm done for the night. All right, let's zoom out. So that's where we're at, and tomorrow that little piece will be bonded, and then we can move to the next piece, next piece, next piece. So, all right, got one more section done. Put in. Now that'll sand down, but so we're creating our, you know, our lip here. So I'll have to grind that. Oh, there it goes. Still sand it down a little bit before I put the fiberglass over it. So I don't know if I can do this whole section. I think I'm gonna cut it in half. Definitely in half. Plus it's way too long. So look how far it goes down. I don't need it to go that far down because it's technically supposed to connect, you know, to there. And how stupid would that look? So yeah. And I'm debating on whether to take this out or not. I think I'll just leave it there, tell you the truth. Gives that spoiler just a lot more support. You know, that 90-degree angle there will hold that front bumper on. So, because there's no movement whatsoever. And you know, it's funny because a lot of the times, because these spoilers are supposed to be bolt-on originally, and they still kind of flex a little bit when that wind hits. And so the less flex you have, the better, you know, it's going to hold your car down and everything else. So, you know, for the splitter, and it'll bring up more air up into the radiator. So that's kind of the benefit of me, you know, molding it in. So, all right, I'm going to do that real quick. Put that on, and we'll monkey around. Maybe I'll get on the hood today. Ooh, what a sexy line right through there. Woo-wee. Anyway, yeah, maybe we'll start sanding down the hood a little bit more. I probably could primer. Maybe I'll wet sand this real quick one more time down to 400 and see if any of the grooves are still there and everything. That way I can get it ready for primer. One more coat of primer and see if I missed anything. See, like right up in here, you can't see it on camera, but anyway. But now that I have a little bit of daylight, I can sand down a little bit more, and yeah, we'll do that. So let me get this section on first. That way I can start curing, holding on. And then maybe I'll wet sand a little bit more. Yeah, see, you can see the deep scratches down in there, so I'll definitely wet sand in there. So, because that night I was doing it, I couldn't see, you know, it was getting dark. That's the problem with this time change. There's just not enough daylight, and my garage is got the brightest bulb that I can, but you know, I need like I need like track lighting in here because I only got one light bulb. And the garage bulbs, but they have the brightest bulbs I could find. So anyway, that makes it a little bit harder to do what I'm doing. All right, let me get this on. All right, got that little lip right through there. Let that set. Remember, I went a little high right there, so that's why I'm using the old wheel wells, because they have that nice little arch. I do have to adjust them a little bit every once in a while, so I had to cut them in pieces about a little longer than my hand to make them all work. And then this one, I'm cutting a little edge there, so when I get it on there, it's going to come to a point. Get out of there, my hand. It's going to come to a point and then come down into right here, and then I'll build up the fiberglass from there down to here to where it's a little bit thicker, and then that'll give me my wheel well, or my lip edge, because this has a little bit of a lip also, so I just gotta sand it down and make it straight. But yeah, so once I do that, then I'll come down here, thicken up my lip a little bit right through there. And because of the way this sits, I can't get this to go any further and clamp in, you know. I'm not gonna be able to clamp it in, so that's as far as I'm gonna get it, and then I'll have to work my way down to where it meshes into there. So, but anyway, we'll let this section set up, and got one more day of doing this, and then this side will be done with the bonding. Then I could go do the other side. So, all right. Well, this is new. I just had a can explosion. Well, it didn't explode, but it just started like coming out crazy along the tip. So I went right there and I didn't notice it, and I went over here and it just started plop, 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 plop. Man, it just started going everywhere. Holy cow. So luckily this is primer. What the heck, man? Yeah, I don't know what. Something happened with that tip. It just started like it went crazy. So that could all be sanded down, but I got underneath here. That's all primed up. So well, this is interesting. So anyway, just wanted to show that this little can explosion kind of got all over my hand too. Oh well, that's enough to make you mad. Anyway, so I'm using this black primer, and then I'll be able to see if there's even more scratches. You can kind of see down in there. There's a few little ones, but like I said, I'm not going to worry too much about down here, because that's going to get rock dings and everything else. But come on, focus. There we go. Everything else is looking pretty good. I got a little bit right there, so it's even more just refinement. So anyway, focus, this darn thing. And so I need to still put a couple more coats on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get another can, finish coating the rest of this area, and then I'll just come back and sand that down and then put another coat. But what a mess. Holy smokes. Let's hope the next one doesn't do that. Alright, so here's the black primer on it. Like I said, it's still going to need to sand down. Now I can really see the scratches in there. So even though I sanded there for I don't know how long, but we got some really good areas. Let's see if we can, you know, this panel's looking just really good that I can see so far. It's kind of dark though. Like I said, it's dark outside, and got just a few deeper scratches right up in there, but no big deal. At least I'll be able to see what I missed. So I'll see there's a scratch there, a sanding scratch, and a little indent that I couldn't even see with that other primer. So like I said, we're gonna fix all that up too. So this is the sealing primer. So it seals down here. It came out really good. You know, like I said, there's still a few deep scratches and stuff down there, but I'm not gonna worry too much, like I said, down here, because it's it's rock chips and everything else is it's gonna be hell down there. So all right, and then before I paint, I'm gonna take all this tape off and retape it, you know. So now we'll be able to see all my scratches and that. Like I said, it's still wet, and I still got like the deeper scratches right along the hood there and everything, because I'm still going to be working on the hood. So I know I'm going to be coming over the top of it. So yeah, but kind of give you an idea coming back together. So still a lot of work. Now with this one, when I go to sand again, I'm gonna do like, I don't know, let's say 120, 140 or whatever, and then work my way up to 400 on this primer. So like I said, we'll get it, but the majority of it is done. And yeah, we're looking good. All right, we're gonna leave off there right now for tonight. So thanks guys, and we'll see you next time.